Hello, blessed star family. I am the magical medium, and welcome to this spiritual guidance channel. Welcome back to those of you who keep coming. Thank you for the new subscribers. Welcome to you. Because of you, I got this really cool email from YouTube, and it was really cool. And they gave me just food for thought. They're like, wow, congratulations to making it to 500 subscribers. They're like, you can fit that many people in aero bus and in one of those big aero buses, those planes. And it just gave me so much thought, and I'm just so grateful for you guys, and I'm proud of you for being here and sticking it out with me and being part of this tribe. I'm just very, very grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like we hit a milestone, and I feel like we're only going to keep going and changing the world. So with that being said, I don't have much time on my phone, and I don't have extra chargers today. You know, I live off grid, so I have to get through these 5 readings with 97% on my phone, and I'm going to do it. So if you've never been here before, in the description box, instead of doing timestamps, I do links. So you will find the link to your reading there. I'm not sure if Spirit is going to have me talk too much to the tribe right now, but I do know that some of you, I feel like you're chomping at the bit, and that's okay, because you're somewhere where like you really need some guidance right now, and I feel you, I understand. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the oracle decks. Calm down, slow down. You guys, I can feel your energy. I know you're excited. This is a good one. I like it's almost like you know it, right? You know it because this is the last quarter / third quarter moon reading. We're in the 7th moon phase. We're at the end of the Pisces moon, and we're almost at the end of Pisces season, and we're at the end of winter or summer, depending on which hemisphere you live in. So there's a lot of change. We just had a massive time change in the United States. I don't know if other countries do it, but there's a lot happening. There's a lot of change and transition. We can feel it. We can feel the excitement. We're ready to let go of Pisces season. I think it's interesting that these shells that I actually picked up myself from the Pacific Northwest beaches, I was excited that they wanted to come in today, but it makes so much sense, right? So here we go. Without further ado, we have... Hold on. Question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, and question 5. And these questions are from the transition and forgiveness energy of the 7th moon phase of the moon cycle. So this is for you to ask Spirit, like, what do you need to, transition out of, and what do you need to forgive? But also, each one of these has a question from this beautiful Deepak Chopra meditation that was pulled to my orbit this morning before this started. And the second he started saying questions, I like closed my eyes. I was doing the meditation, and I'm like closed my eyes, and I'm like really thinking about it. And question number 1 came to me really quickly, and it was really cool, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started to see what was happening. So they told me not to tell you what the questions are right now. You're meant to pick them intuitively, or you are meant to watch every single one of these. They are separate readings, right? So with reading one here, we have the jus de vivre, I believe, or it's vivre. It's French. French is not my strongest. I'm working on it. But this is a tarot deck, and so this is for question 1. And then question 2 is the past life oracle deck. Okay. Then question 3, we have the mind body makeover cards, and question 4, we have the self-care oracle, and question 5, we have the seasons of the witch. This particular deck of the Seasons of the Witch is the Yule deck. So, and maybe I'm going to go down a little bit so you can see the definition. Do you see the shells? I can even go closer if you want. Like, I always find the coolest, most fun shells. I mean, I'm really drawn to them. I have been, I think maybe because I grew up in Chicago. But look at this one. It's got a cool face on it. It almost looks like a cloud with a face. You can scry. So I'll put that there. And also it could be maybe you love the French. It's got the fleur-de-lis on there. It was really interesting when Spirit had me pull that deck into that pouch. That pouch was a gift from one of our tribe members. And and I swear to you, I didn't even put it together until the longest time that I was like, oh yeah, the fleur-de-lis, the French deck. Oh, I get it. Anyway, so here's the past life. Oh, you like that too. So this is the past life shell. And I like this one too, because it's like these kind of shells are really strong. They're really, really strong. They're really sturdy. They wanted me to use natural light today because look at this is where the mollusk was. But even that looks like a face too, doesn't it? Oh, it almost looks like a bruised eye. I hope none of you are getting hurt. It kind of reminds me of a ghost too. But this tiny little nose reminds me of like maybe a bandit. Like maybe the eye isn't a punched eye. Maybe it's a, we've dealt with a lot of weasel and raccoon medicine so far this year. Can you guys believe it? In real time, it's March 15th. We're halfway through March. It's like, when did that happen? This one I love. It kind of reminds me of a happy whale. So I don't know if that means anything. Like this right here, like that's part of the shell. It looks like a closed eye. Another one too, like bruising though. Like maybe you guys feel bruised, Maybe, it's this deck is a lot about ego. So maybe you're dealing with bruised ego or something, or someone's bruised ego. But this looks like an angel wing too. Oh, you guys, I'm excited. I have no idea either. I haven't chosen the cards. I'm going to do it when we're in there. Okay. Look at this one. I mean, what? It's so beautiful. It's so special. This one reminds me of a mermaid. Oh my gosh. Tell me this doesn't kind of mimic her too. Wow, this is beautiful. This kind of reminds me of, yeah, this gives me a lot of mermaid energy. But so was this deck today, which usually that deck feels very witchy to me. Oh, and this looks like a bird. Hi, little bird. Look at this cute little. Oh my goodness. Look. I mean, shells, it's just, there's so much magic on the earth. There's so much magic now. This is my Grand Dame, which doesn't surprise me that it's the last one. This is my personal favorite. There is so much happening in this shell. And look at, you can actually like put little things in there. I've been thinking about doing so. Oh, it looks like a heart with compartments. Like they're like, ooh, are you compartmentalizing pain and suffering? Ooh, this is a very interesting one. So I think we're going to do not the farmer's market, but I think we're going to do the flea market up here this year where we live. And my husband's been making rattles and like just really cool shit. We've been just doing really cool shit. And I have so much of this kind of stuff, like so much. And I was like, oh, cool, we'll put them around the property. But now I'm starting to think like Spirit wants me to bring them to the flea market when we're working, and they want us to let people like choose something, or you know what I mean. We're just bringing the magic, man. This year is going to be all about bringing the magic for me. So this is the last third quarter moon phase that we will have in the 2021 2022 or no, excuse me, 2022 2023 astrological year. When Aries season begins next week, these are always timeless, of course. I have to say that because it's true. If you're new here, I just want you to know that these are always timeless. But it is very important for us to recognize all the work we've put in, everything that we've done. And so I feel like this last reading that we're doing, and especially because it's a pick a reading, I don't know if we're going to do a pick a reading for the waning gibbet, the waning crescent. But this one feels very much like endings and new beginnings, if that makes any sense. And I do know what the questions are. For this time, I do know some more than you, but just the questions and the decks. I still don't know the cards. So with that being said, I don't want to waste any more time here. I just want to jump on over there and just say again, thank you so much to you guys. And thank you. When YouTube put it in that perspective, it totally fucking like made me look at it differently. It made me look at everything differently. And I thought, are you fucking kidding me? If I had a plane, an Aerobus plane, 500 people that were walking with me, behind me, in front of me, and beside me in this lifetime, I would feel like the most blessed angel on the planet. And that's exactly what I feel like this is. So thank you so much to my fellow angels, healers, and deep down believers in magic. All of you witches and dragons and fairies, gnomes, elves, giants, werewolves, vampires, mermaids, you name it. All the spirit animals, the ancestors, thank you so much for walking with us, beside us, behind us, and in front of us whenever we need you to support us, to lead the way, to walk with us. and to guide our transition. This is a massive transition, you guys. One of the biggest we'll ever see on this planet is about to happen right now. Now that Saturn is full in Pisces, you guys know I talk all the time about astrology and that I'm not an astrology expert. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, I have to wipe my nose. It's cold in here. I'm off grid, and yeah, some days I just need the heat off, but that's okay. Like I come to like center with spirit. So also I'm hearing they chose this particular, literally like this particular piece, like wanted to like come in here. So it could even be for some of you, scrying is new. I mean, look at that. It looks like mountains. I feel like they want you to see things the way you are meant to see them. Stop trying to fit into some mold, or, like your freak is welcome here. Your fucking weird is welcome here. I am like the underdog leader of fucking freaks and weirdos and outcasts. That is my job. I am with you. I am one of you. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. Sometimes we're all at the same level of consciousness, and sometimes we are not. But either way, my love never changes or phases from you. Just like the moon, our love and our energy go in phases. But sometimes we have to phase people out for a while. Last night, I had this intense dream about one of my old friends, and it was so fucking real. And we were like having dinner. We were having a steak dinner with red wine, which I haven't had in years. So bizarre. And not only that, but like we've really like been sticking to our vegan, because after the holidays, we went a little nuts with eating dairy and not meat, but just like, oh, it's good, it's local, or it's okay. And it's like, no. So we let go of it. But yesterday when I was shopping, I just got this pull to get these. We like Luke's organic Cheetos, and once in a while we'll treat ourselves if they're at grocery outlet, and they were super fucking cheap, and Spirit said to get them, and I was just like, I'm feeling really good right now. I don't feel like I want to do that. But it was interesting because in my dream I was like eating a steak and having red wine with a friend, and it was like we were having like an old conversation. I can't explain how profound it was, but all these celebrities kept coming by, and they were like talking to me, and they were like, and they were all celebrities that I've either had encounters with already in this lifetime, or they were ones that I just feel a deep connection with, that I have this weird feeling like someday I'm going to know them. But because I know how they are just people, and I worked and lived in Los Angeles off and on for almost a decade, I know a lot more now than I would have ever known if I hadn't had that experience. And to accept and understand that they're just fucking people. You are just as gifted, you are just as talented, you have just as much to give than somebody who's famous. And also remember, the fast famous are also the fast forgot. That came from Spirit. That was awesome, Spirit. The fast famous are the fast forgot. If you're clawing and trying to be, it was interesting because in the dream, my friend wasn't surprised that I knew these people. I think she was more like, that's interesting, like that you know these people, or that you like it was very normal, or I was just like, oh, I'm like, this is my old friend, blah blah blah. We're having dinner, and I don't know where we were, but it was kind of cool. Most likely subconscious city. I call that like our place where we go to sort out our old shit. And there was so much love and healing and forgiveness coming from this old friend. And I was the one that was actually hesitant to change out of that and forgive them. And so it was a great lesson for me. So, listen to your dreams, pay attention to your dreams. Again, whenever you watch this, timeless. But if you're still in this Piscean energy until the 20th, until we switch over, very, very serious. You know what I mean? Like, get into this right now in real time. It's Wednesday the 15th. So we've got a few days until Monday the 20th, and Aries season comes in. So utilize this water energy, utilize this Piscean energy, the dreamy state to, really sort through some shit that you need to sort through. And, maybe this is all the message you needed. Maybe you don't need to go to these readings at all. But if you were drawn to one or more, I highly suggest you go and check them out and watch them or listen to them when you're really in a place of mindfulness, because the literal like energy that I got from Deepak Chopra was mindfulness. And then when I went to look at the title, I took a screenshot of it. So I'll put it in my community section so you can either research that on your own. If Spirit calls me to put a link there, I will. If not, I won't. But they did ask me to take a screenshot of it. So it means that maybe some of you need to have all the questions. Maybe you want to do the meditation with Deepak Chopra and go through all of the questions. There were actually more than 5. At first, when I started doing this, I thought this is really cool because it's a third quarter reading. Are we going to do 3 questions? And then they're like, nope, it's going to be 5. But there felt like there were more than 5. I kind of lost myself in it and was like downloading. That's my jewelry hitting together. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. Well, first, this is from Anna. Thank you, Anna, from one of our tribe members. She's basically the president of the Magical Medium channel, as far as I'm concerned. But it had all of these moons, and I was just like, what? In this vintage. And I found it at this flea market that I was talking about, and there was a lot of magic happening there with these people. So that also is I'm getting a vibe from Spirit for you guys to really take this time in the last few days to think about like who you are and what you want and all those good things, but also like what do you want to accomplish this year? In this new astrological year, 2023 to 2024, what do you want to accomplish? What are your goals? Think about that in your mindfulness when you're thinking about, choosing. Maybe you already chose. Maybe one of the shells spoke to you. Maybe the title. It could be anything, whatever it is. But anyway, I will put that Deepak Chopra mindfulness meditation, at least a screenshot of it, so you can either research it on your own or, like I said, they'll have me put a link. I don't know. Okay. But we're also in the 7th moon phase. I feel like there probably was about 7 questions in there, and that would make a lot of sense. So without further ado, I will see you over at your reading. And let me sort this out because I was kind of playing around with my jewelry. But one more time for those in the back, we have reading 1, reading 2, reading 3, reading 4, and reading 5. And basically, it's just going to say question 1, question 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And I will see you over at your reading. I love you so much. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other. Blessed be.